Coming up next on Newswatch.
A local advocacy group holds a rally to discuss rape culture. Ohio University prepares to kick off their homecoming weekend with a few changes.
And in sports, it's the Battle of the Bricks for Ohio football this weekend.
Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
The weekend in Athens begins with women, many in their underwear, taking over the streets. Good evening, I'm Ann Jacob. Thanks for joining us. WOUB's Erica King joins us to explain why this rally is supposed to shock and awe. Erica?
Thanks, Ann. OU's FRC hosted its third annual homecoming march and rally today. The march started at the bottom of Jeff Hill and ended at the Civil War Monument on College Green, where they are currently. The protesters shut down the monument speaking on the protesters shut down Court Street while walking. There are different speakers at the monument speaking on rape issues. FRC coordinator Alyssa Insminger hopes the demands for the rally will be heard.
Demands that we have for this year are that the university provide better bystander trainings for all learning communities. 2, to have the reporting process within all university administrative offices much more transparent in regards to better trainings for mandated reporters, as well as looking into hiring more psychiatrists, because at this time there's only one psychiatrist at psychological services for the 20,000 students that attend Ohio University. And 3, to demand that the Survivor Advocacy Program has better funding. So as of right now, after this year, the Survivor Advocacy Program does not have further budgeted funding from the university.
And back to you.
Thanks, Erica. This event marks the 3rd anniversary of the group's creation. The Athens County Sheriff's Department wants you to keep your kids safe this Halloween. There are more than 90 registered sex offenders in Athens County. Parents are encouraged to check the homes of registered sex offenders before taking their children out to trick or treat. You can find the list of registered sex offenders on the Athens County Sheriff's Office website at athenssheriff.com. Citizens should click on the Sex Offenders tab on the home page. To round out the OU Homecoming Week festivities, students celebrate National Coming Out Day. Today, students and faculty met in Baker Center for an open forum. National Coming Out Day actually falls on the Sunday, October 11th, but for the last 2 years, the university has celebrated the day throughout Homecoming Week. The director of the LGBT Center at Ohio University, Delphin Bautista, says Coming Out Day goes along with Homecoming's theme this year. Same bricks, different story.
Exciting. I think it's showing a cultural shift of where we are, and more folks are coming out, which are inspiring more and more folks to come out after they come out. But there's also a lot of work to be done, and so it's a mixed bag.
The event started with Batista speaking out about sharing experiences within the LGBT community. Then the floor was open to anyone who wanted to speak about their own experience. Ohio University got fired up for their homecoming events happening this weekend. The university held their annual Yell Like Hell pep rally yesterday evening. OU's football team, along with President McDavis, got the crowd pumped up for the upcoming football game tomorrow. The Bobcats will take on our school rival, the Miami Redhawks. The Marching 110 then brought down the house with their performance. The homecoming festivities continue tomorrow with a homecoming parade on Court Street. The annual Ohio University Homecoming Parade will have a new route this year. WOUB's Bianca Hillier has more on the new direction the parade will take.
Cars, claps, and Court Street. 3 things that are integral to Ohio University's annual homecoming parade. But due to the Union Street fire in the fall of 2014, the 2015 parade will bypass Court Street altogether.
The parade will still start down at the corner of Factory and Union Street and then work its way up the Union Street Hill as it has done for years. But instead of carrying on straight past Jackie O's and Buffalo Wild Wings towards Court Street, this year the parade is turning right onto South Congress. Participants will then make a left onto President Street towards Court Street. And for the last 100 yards of the parade, everyone will end up back on the bricks, finishing here in front of Baker Center, where a panel will be set up to determine a winner.
Some worry the move off the bricks will dampen the parade's mood. But Alina Klimas, programming director of the International Student Union, marches in the parade each year and isn't bothered by the change.
For the most part, I think it doesn't matter, and that homecoming's more than just a route. So I think this year will be just as great as last year, and people will be just as excited. I know some of the international students, this might be their only homecoming. So there's just such an energy, and when we get to campus, people are just so excited to, be participating in OU's homecoming.
Athens Police Department Chief of Police Tom Pyle sets a quick return to the previous parade route.
I would expect next homecoming, the parade route that was established a few years ago that we had last year would probably be what is proposed,
Expect to see some dancing, some cheers, and some music from the International Student Union.
Reporting for WOUB News, I'm Bianca Hillier.
And if you can attend the parade tomorrow, WOUB will be there every step of the way. Tune into our live stream starting at 10 a.m. You can find the live stream on our website at woub.org.
Well, it was a warm day today, but it might be one of the last warm days we feel this year. Good evening and welcome to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Allison Gens. Right now in Athens, it's 70 degrees. We have those winds at 7 miles per hour now, and also some wind gusts out there, and we do have some overcast skies from a couple pop-up thunderstorms that we are seeing around the region and our area tonight and this afternoon. Now looking around the region, temperatures are in the mid 60s to low 70s, 66 in Newark, 67 in Cambridge, 70 in Marietta, Athens and Jackson, and 66 in Ironton, Ripley. They're actually getting a few rain showers right now. Now overnight, or breaking that down for you, overnight tonight, 67 degrees by the end of our newscast. Then by midnight, 56 with decreasing clouds, then partly cloudy skies by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So those temperatures it will be a clear day tomorrow, so that is something to look for if you're heading out to that parade. Ann?
Thanks, Allison. Ohio Governor John Kasich is continuing his cross-country tour while he campaigns for president. The governor is planning several events across New Hampshire and Vermont. The 4-day bus tour will begin today. Kasich hopes to distinguish himself as a party leader. Ohio will soon decide how to test for mercury released in the Ohio River. The Ohio River Valley Water Sanitation Commission decided yesterday that testing for mercury released into the water will be determined on a state-by-state basis. States along the Ohio River will now choose where and how companies do testing to gauge mercury released into the water. Mercury regulations in the water are currently enforced by companies who sometimes test in areas where pollution is diluted. The West Virginia Public Service Commission has a new member tonight. Kara Cunningham Williams was appointed to the position today. Her appointment comes after the resignation of Commissioner John McKinney. Williams' term will expire in 2017. And still ahead on Newswatch, more on the threat that shut down an Illinois campus. Gun violence on college campuses, what President Obama has to say about the rise in campus shootings. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
I decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station. My PBS station is part of my community. That's something I really value.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
A bomb threat canceled classes for Northern Illinois University students. Officials say the threat was called in yesterday evening. The school evacuated all campus buildings and 3 regional campuses. Classes and all campus events were canceled last night. School officials believe that the threat was just a hoax. And 1 college student is dead and 3 others hurt following an overnight shooting at Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff. It happened in a parking lot outside of a dorm. What led up to the violence was not immediately known. The school says that they have the gunman in custody and he is a freshman at the school.
So this morning at 01:20 hours, several of our students, 2 separate student groups, got into a confrontation. The confrontation turned physical, and one of our students, Stephen Jones, 18 years old, produced a handgun, and he shot 4 of our other students.
President Obama flew to Roseburg, Oregon today to meet with family members of the victims of last week's shooting at a community college. This despite a handful of protests from residents who didn't want him there. The visit came just hours after the deadly shooting on Northern Arizona's campus. Diane Gallagher has that story.
This is too much. This isn't true. Not at NAU. This couldn't happen.
Just before 1:30 Friday morning, police say an 18-year-old freshman shot 4 students at Northern Arizona University after an argument in a parking lot. One of those students died. Now, the campus police chief called this an isolated incident, but
The Arizona Board of Regents prohibits anyone to carry guns on campus. The Arizona law allows you to have a gun in your car, in a locked compartment on campus, but that's where it has to stay.
a second deadly shooting happened Friday at a student housing complex near Texas Southern University. That as President Obama was on his way to Roseburg, Oregon, where 8 days ago a 26-year-old student shot and killed 9 people at Umpqua Community College before killing himself.
I don't think you should be here, to be honest with you.
Some there protested the visit because of President Obama's call for gun control in the aftermath of recent mass shootings.
This is a mental health issue. This is a young man that was screaming out for help and slipped through the cracks. This is not a gun issue. This is not a political issue.
But Andy Parker, whose daughter Allison was shot and killed on live TV in August, disagrees.
Every country in the world has people with mental health, but we do have the market cornered on people with mental health issues that can have access to guns. That's the common denominator.
The White House says the intention of the president's visit is simply to comfort survivors and victims' families. In Washington, Diane Gallagher reporting.
And another college shooting on a campus today. 1 person was shot and killed at an apartment complex at Texas Southern University. Another person was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Houston police say they have a possible suspect in custody. The campus was placed on lockdown as police looked for the gunman. Texas Southern U officials say that the shooting may have started with an argument. Classes at TSU have been canceled for the rest of the day. And car giant Lexus is continuing to have breakthroughs in technology. They unveiled a car made completely out of cardboard, and it works. The Lexus car is on display this weekend at a home innovation show in Britain. The sedan was hand-built using 1,700 sheets of corrugated cardboard. It has functional doors, headlights, and wheels. It also has an electric motor and steering wheel, making it drivable. And on Wall Street today, U.S. stocks closed slightly higher. Here's a look at stocks of local interest.
Skies are ahead, but those temperatures are going to start to feel more fall-like. I'll have more details next in my extended forecast.
I support one student in college with a scholarship. Just the way I want to pass on a legacy of education. I would like to pass PBS on to the next generation. I like to think that PBS is concerned with our soul. If your soul is in the right place, you're giving back.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Good evening and welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Allison Gens. Right now in Athens, it's 70 degrees. We have those overcast skies out there. You can see that on our tower cam looking out on East State Street right now. Winds are north at 9 miles per hour, and there's also some wind gusts up to 10 miles per hour right now as a cold front works its way out. Looking around the region, temperatures are in the mid 60s to low 70s. We have 67 in New Lexington, 70 here in Athens, 66 in Ripley, as well as in Ironton. Now, our almanac today shows that we are actually warmer than normal. 76 was our high today. Our low was 59 degrees, so our temperatures are feeling above seasonal, so it's nice to be not quite into that fall-like weather, but that's not going to be sticking around much longer. Now looking at our precipcast for tonight, not much going on. There is a chance for some rain for our region, our southern part of our region, but that is going to begin to continue to work its way out. Now tomorrow, high pressure dominates our region. That is going to bring us some clear skies for our weekend for Saturday. So if you have any plans to go out, you won't be expecting any rain rain on your parade for our homecoming this weekend. So then tomorrow night, that high pressure continues to remain in our region, and that is going to remain in effect through Monday, but then a brief cold front will work its way through Monday night. Now, overnight tonight, temperatures in the mid 40s. We have 44 in New Lexington, 49 in Ripley, 48 in Marietta, and 49 in Jackson. Mostly cloudy skies for the most part around our region tonight. Now, tomorrow, temperatures not as warm as we felt today, warming up only into the low to mid 60s. So we're starting to head into that seasonable, more fall-like weather that we should be expecting for this time of year, being October. So 62 for Cambridge, 63 in New Lexington, 65 in Jackson, as well as in Ironton. Partly cloudy skies for most of the region tomorrow. Now, if you're heading out to that homecoming football game, 65 degrees right at kickoff, mostly sunny skies and calm conditions. So it's going to be a great afternoon for that homecoming game. So make sure as you head out, you might need to bring a jacket as it gets a little bit cooler, but it's going to be a nice afternoon for that game. Now tonight, 47 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, more seasonable temperatures, and that's going to be continuing tomorrow with 65 for our high and mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Now looking at your extended forecast, temperatures will be in 70 on Sunday, but then by next week, temperatures dipping back into the 60s, but clear conditions for most of next week. Now I'll send it over to Tasia with sports.
I'm Tasia Smith. It's Friday night, which means it's time for those Friday night lights. I'll have a look at what games Gridiron Glory will be at tonight. Plus, it's the Battle of the Bricks this homecoming weekend. I'll have that football preview and more when Newswatch Sports takes over. Stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Granddaughter is named June Elizabeth, but I call her Junebug. My hope is to teach her about kindness and about the love of animals and nature. I want Junebug to have the same opportunities I had by watching PBS. My husband and I feel so strongly about our PBS station that we've included them in our estate plan. PBS is part of our values, and we want to pass it on to the next generation.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open. You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Welcome back, I'm Tasia Smith. It's homecoming and Battle of the Bricks this weekend for Ohio when the Miami Redhawks come to town. The Cats are looking to go 2-0 in conference play after a close victory over Akron last weekend. Darius Vick still has the call for the Cats. Ohio has won the last 8 of 9 matchups against Miami. Sophomore stud Quentin Poling is looking to bring the same defensive intensity against the rival Redhawks. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m. Before it's Saturday afternoons, there are Friday nights. That's where Gridiron comes into play. The crew will be out at some key matchups tonight. The Jackson Ironmen will take on the undefeated Logan Chieftains for the game of the week. They'll be at River Valley and Nelsonville, York for the TVC matchups. For the NBL, they'll be at Philo, when the Sheridan Generals look to bring the same intensity that was present in their upset win over Maysville last week. That and more will be on tonight on at WOUB at 11:30. Ohio women's volleyball travels this weekend, hoping to remain undefeated in MAC play for the 28th game in a row. The Bobcats kick off competition with a visit to Akron tonight. The Zips are ranked 4th in the MAC with an overall record of 7-10. Match play starts at 7 p.m. and also starting at 7 p.m. is Ohio's game on Saturday against Buffalo. Buffalo's record stands at 3-13 and 5th in the MAC.
How his bunch performed defensively, saying it was
The Ohio field hockey team started off MAC play with a win this season, but fell to the Missouri State Bears today 2-0. So far, the Bobcats have made connection with the back of the goal 24 times this season in just 10 games, compared to last season where they only hit the net 17 times in 17 games, surpassing their total scoring valley. The team will be at home at Pruitt Field Sunday as they face off against the Big Ten's Michigan State at 1. Tomorrow's kickoff for swimming and diving will be their first meet of the season. It's the green and white meet, which is an intra-squad meet, and it will start at 10 a.m. Ohio softball welcomes back alumni with a game honoring the 1995 MAC championship team. The game begins at 10 a.m. at Ohio softball field. The 1995 championship team will be honored following the game. The game is free to all, and t-shirts will be on sale for $15 each. One battle of the bricks did not go in Ohio's favor. Just a short while ago, the Ohio soccer team fell to the Redhawks in Miami 1-0. Scoring for the Redhawks was Corey Sauter. The Bobcats will stay on the road this weekend as they travel to Ball State on Sunday. Ball State is currently 8-2 and undefeated in the MAC, and also undefeated at home. When the two opponents met last season, Ball State shut out Ohio 1-0. On to the league. Thursday night football was back in action last night. The Colts defeated the Texans 27-20. Andrew Luck was out for the second straight game because of injury, so Matt Hasselbeck took the call, and he had one of his best performances since his prime. And Andrew Johnson put on a show against his former team with 6 snags for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. This was the Colts' second straight win, and Houston dropped their second straight game. On to the NBA. After losing their 13-point lead, the Cavs fell to the 76ers after Scottie Wilbekin made a three-pointer, with 1.3 seconds left, lifting the Philadelphia to 115 over Cleveland's 114. Standing out on the court for the Cavs was 6'4" guard Jared Cunningham, who led the team, with 31 points. He made 8 of 10 shots and was 13 of 16 from the free throw line. Up next, the Cavs will be playing the Memphis Grizzlies in Columbus at the Schottenstein Center. I'm Tasia, and that's it for your sports. Back to you, Ann.
Thanks, Tasia, and take a look at this. It's a dislike button, but Facebook is testing new ways to express emotions beyond like. Facebook is rolling out reactions in Spain and Ireland. They're new buttons that Facebook says expresses a broader range of emotions like love, wow, and yay, as well as happy and sad faces. A Facebook official says the new buttons could become available to U.S. users in just a couple weeks.
Well, tonight, 47 degrees for our low with mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, 65 for our high. Nice night or day for homecoming. And looking at your 7-day forecast, those temperatures will be in the 70s with sunny skies. Ann?
Thanks, Allison, and that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Ann Jacob. Be sure to tune in to our live web stream of the parade tomorrow morning. And you can find the latest news anytime online at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
Decided to do a planned gift because I want to ensure that PBS will be around for my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren. I would hope that others, when doing their estate planning, would include their PBS station.
Heritage Awards. Friday, October 9th at 10, 9 Central, only on PBS.